Welcome to Rays of Hope, where inspiration meets possibilities. Join us on this journey as we explore videos that illuminate the path to positivity, resilience, and success. How to deal with frustration, understanding the causes and finding solutions. We've all been there, feeling stuck, irritable, and helpless. Frustration is a universal emotion that can creep up on us at any moment, whether we're dealing with a difficult project at work, a stubborn problem at home, or a personal goal that seems out of reach. It's that feeling of being blocked, of not being able to move forward, that can be so debilitating. We might feel like we're doing everything right, but somehow, things just aren't working out. Frustration can lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, and burnout, making it even harder to break free from its grip. In this video, we'll explore the root causes of frustration, from external circumstances to internal thought patterns. We'll also discuss practical strategies for managing frustration, from simple mindset shifts to effective problem-solving techniques. By the end of this article, you'll have a better understanding of what's driving your frustration and how to overcome it, so you can get back to living your best life. Understanding frustration. Frustration is a universal human emotion that can creep up on us at any moment. It's that nagging feeling of being stuck, thwarted, or unable to achieve our goals. We've all experienced it, whether it's being stuck in traffic, struggling with a difficult task, or dealing with a stubborn person. But what exactly is frustration, and how does it differ from other emotions like anger? Defining frustration, a psychological perspective. From a psychological perspective, frustration is a complex emotional state that arises when we encounter obstacles or barriers that prevent us from achieving our goals or satisfying our needs. It's a feeling of being blocked or thwarted, often accompanied by feelings of anxiety, tension, and irritability. Frustration can be triggered by a wide range of situations, including external factors like traffic jams, long lines, or bureaucratic red tape. Internal factors like lack of motivation, self-doubt, or fear of failure. Social factors like conflicts with others, communication breakdowns, or feeling misunderstood. When we experience frustration, our brain's stress response is triggered, releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. This can lead to physical symptoms like tension headaches, tight muscles, and a racing heart. The difference between frustration and anger. While frustration and anger are often used interchangeably, they're not exactly the same thing. Anger is a more intense and aggressive emotion that's often directed at a specific person, situation, or object. Frustration, on the other hand, is a more diffuse and helpless feeling that's often directed at the situation itself. To illustrate the difference, consider this example. Anger: I'm so angry at my boss for not giving me a raise. Frustration: I'm so frustrated with this traffic jam, I'm going to be late for work again. In the first example, the person is directing their anger at a specific person, their boss. In the second example, the person is feeling frustrated with the situation itself, the traffic jam. While both emotions can be intense and uncomfortable, they have distinct characteristics and triggers. Understanding the roots of frustration. Frustration is a universal human emotion that can arise from a multitude of sources. It's a feeling of being stuck, blocked, or thwarted in our efforts to achieve a goal or satisfy a need. But where does frustration come from? Is it something within us, or is it a result of external circumstances? To better understand frustration, let's explore its causes. Internal sources: unrealistic expectations and perfectionism. We often set ourselves up for frustration by having unrealistic expectations about ourselves, others, or the world around us. We may expect to achieve perfection in our work, relationships, or personal endeavors, only to find that reality falls short of our ideals. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy, disappointment, and frustration. Ask yourself, are you setting the bar too high? Are you expecting too much from yourself or others? Unrealistic expectations can lead to frustration when we set unachievable goals or deadlines. We compare ourselves unfavorably to others. We expect others to behave in a certain way. Perfectionism can be a major source of frustration when we strive for flawlessness in our work or personal life. We are overly critical of ourselves or others. We fear making mistakes or taking risks. External sources, roadblocks and obstacles. Sometimes, frustration arises from external sources that are beyond our control. We may encounter roadblocks or obstacles that prevent us from achieving our goals or pursuing our interests. This can include things like bureaucratic red tape, lack of resources, or unexpected setbacks. When faced with external obstacles, it's essential to assess the situation and look for alternative solutions or workarounds. External sources of frustration can include institutional or systemic barriers, lack of access to resources or information, unforeseen events or circumstances. When faced with external obstacles, ask yourself, what are the root causes of this obstacle? Are there alternative solutions or workarounds? What can I learn from this experience? Social sources, conflicts and communication breakdowns. Frustration can also arise from social interactions, particularly when there are conflicts or communication breakdowns. We may feel frustrated when we're unable to express ourselves effectively, or when others don't understand or respond to our needs. Effective communication is key to resolving conflicts and avoiding frustration in social situations. Social sources of frustration can include conflicts with others, whether personal or professional, miscommunication or misunderstandings, feeling unheard or ignored. To avoid frustration in social situations, try active listening and empathy, clear and assertive communication, seeking common ground and compromise. The effects of frustration. Frustration can have far-reaching consequences, impacting not only our emotional well-being but also our behavior and relationships. When we're frustrated, we may feel like we're stuck in a rut, unable to move forward or make progress. This sense of being stuck can lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, and burnout. Emotional consequences: anxiety, depression, and burnout. Frustration can be a major contributor to anxiety. When we're frustrated, our minds can become consumed by worries and concerns, making it difficult to relax and unwind. This can lead to feelings of overwhelm, which can be debilitating and affect our daily lives. For example, imagine being stuck in a traffic jam, feeling like you're going to be late for an important meeting. Your mind starts racing, thinking about all the things that could go wrong, and before you know it, you're feeling anxious and on edge. Depression is another potential consequence of frustration. When we're frustrated, we may feel like we're not making progress or achieving our goals. This can lead to feelings of hopelessness and despair, which can be difficult to shake. For instance, imagine working on a project for months, only to have it rejected or fail. The feeling of frustration and disappointment can be crushing, leading to feelings of depression. Burnout is also a potential consequence of frustration. When we're frustrated, we may feel like we're running on a treadmill, getting nowhere fast. This can lead to physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion. We've covered the basics of frustration and its effects. In Part 2, we'll dive into practical strategies and techniques to help you manage and overcome frustration in your daily life. Stay tuned for Part 2. Thank you for joining us on this uplifting journey with Rays of Hope. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for more videos that spark hope and empowerment. Until next time, keep shining brightly. Thank you for watching.